This shit break gang, the local boys finna take over the industry. Walking through the airport with 17,000, the police ain't taking shit. Joe and Bad trying to keep me out the trends, they know I'm gun some shit. I be telling my city, I just rap, but burn them getting shit. Let's pack, purchase.
I need my, yo, so who gonna twist my shit? I need my shit twisted.
Fully on the bitches, switch game. 30 in my glizzy, let my fucking clip hang. Rosie put on shooting from the 3, big game. He was out there trying to quarter for his shift change. If you catch that nigga slip out, you just aim for his brain. I told you a nigga going down, he reached for his chain. He was tough, but they died with his body by chain. I just slapped the nigga, now I got a 10-3-18.
They said we got the tablet, no back.
You can pop it if you don't be outside. Switching up my scenery, I'm calling with the vibe. 4 deep in that ride, just me and the guy. Every time a nigga head down, he get fried. Stop this, cause every time a nigga die, bitch, you got it on time. How the fuck you still alive? Show you how to catch a box, just hit that cut, let it ride. See my brother, shit, my fucking I'm trying to sing up the guy. You can't hop inside this nigga, just on his switches and his ride. Go crazy, they time live, but you still say shit up the guy. You don't got anything in my shit, bitch, you know I got that fire. But that's quick, you got outside, that's from the drive. Nigga, it's Mr. Disrespectful. I'm gonna fuck you, nigga, I got real disrespectful.
Oh my God. Yes. Oh my God.
For sure, everyone that knows DUL knows I fuck with him. Anyone trying to act like I set him up or I wanted this to happen is like sick in the head, like a sick, twisted person. Why would I want someone that I just did a video with, someone that I was planning to go out to Chicago with, to St. Louis with? Why would I want something bad to happen to them for my own gain? Like what? So I can get 1 million views? That is insane. That is not worth it at all. And not only that, the car that he ended up passing in, unfortunately, was not shown in my video, not in a single frame. It's not in a single frame of my video, that white car he passed away in. Executed or going to jail for life in the city of brotherly love. And one of the most prominent figures at the center of this war is none other than YBC DUL, a rapper who reps the Young Bag Chasers collective, who has been given the nickname Mr. Disrespectful for a slew of antics, such as digging up an enemy's grave in February of this year.
No fucking tombstone, everything is fucking dirt up. Hey, yo, where the fuck Carney at, yo? Carney, where the fuck you at? Ah!
Clearly, YBC DUL has taken mocking the dead on the internet to a whole nother level. But how did it get to this point? Nobody wakes up in the morning and randomly decides to defile a gravesite. So to truly understand DUL, Philly's most hated rapper, let me provide some insight into how this all began. In 2017, Baby Khan J100 came up with the name The Young Bag Chasers as a label for their collective that were getting money together in the streets. When you list out the most notable members of YBC and their synonymous subset YFA, a pattern of tragedy emerges. 19 of the 31 most prominent members are either dead or incarcerated. But for the first 2 years of YBC's existence, they mostly stuck to getting money in the streets. It wasn't until the start of summer 2019 that the horrible cycle of violence first emerged. On May 29, 2019 at 1:40 p.m. near 42nd Street and Mantua Avenue, Joshua David Munson, also known as YBC Josh, was gunned down in broad daylight as he walked down the sidewalk near his home. The gunman was never caught, and the pain that Josh's passing caused his friends in YBC had them wanting to get street justice for their fallen friend. 10 months later, YBC allegedly struck back. At around 5:10 p.m. in March of 2020, a 19-year-old man by the name of Nafiq Hawkins, aka Buddy, was playing a game of pickup basketball near 62nd and Vine when he was struck multiple times in his legs and torso. He was pronounced dead 12 minutes later. Nobody on the scene was willing to give police a description of the shooter, but if you listen to the music of YBC DUL, you will hear him constantly disrespecting the passing of Buddy. Even in the first song that DUL released, you can hear him saying he is, quote, smoking Buddy out the motherfucking pound.
I'm smoking Buddy out the motherfucking pound. He
hit right.
And that is far from the only song that he mentions him in. Not long after the passing of Buddy, 2 YBC members were allegedly involved in a shootout near 38th Street. Multiple people were hit, one of which was named Sid from 39th Street. Sid survived his injuries, and since the streets have a no snitching policy, it wouldn't be long before Sid exacted his own form of justice. In September of 2020, Sid claimed to be responsible for the shooting of a man named BL. The man was shot in the head multiple times while he was riding his bike on the 900 block of Belmont Avenue around 9:30 p.m. He was pronounced dead on the scene. After this, YBC was out for blood. On January 16, 2021, a 15-year-old named Jaquan Williams, aka Q Raw, was walking near 40th and Cambridge Streets when 2 suspects shot him in the head as he was on his way to the store. YBC claimed this killing by mocking him in their songs, calling him Q Rizzy instead of his name.
They shot Q Rizzy from a block away. February 24th, we smoked Q Rizzy out the pound.
YBC wanted get back, and specifically wanted to get vengeance on Sid. On March 18, 2021, they were allegedly given false information that Sid was being released from prison that evening and mistakenly shot 20-year-old Rodney Hargrove near the prison around midnight, thinking that he was Sid. This accident would not stop them. In May of 2021, they caught Sid outside his house and let off a barrage of shots, striking his 6-year-old sister instead of him.
It's disgusting yet again that I'm here speaking to you about a 6-year-old getting shot.
Sid would survive the incident and his family would move across town to Port Richmond to evade the violence, but still, his days were numbered. Around 8:15 p.m. on the 2900 block of Wykel Street in the city's Port Richmond section, 2 shooters approached Sid's house and fired 8 shots into his home, striking him and his father. His dad survived, but 39th Street Sid passed away from his wounds. YBC member Curry was found hiding under a car on the scene, and he began firing at police, but was ultimately arrested and booked for the murder of Sid, as well as a previous murder. Sid, who also went by the nickname Fro, was routinely mocked in YBC DUL's music.
Make the bro with the snake, that shit hard, it got me tripping.
And this was by no means the end of the violence surrounding YBC. On May 25th around 7:30 p.m., police say an 18-year-old man named Nasir Marks was shot multiple times on the 3900 block of Poplar Street in the city's Mantua section. His family was making him shirts for his upcoming graduation when they got the phone call.
His name is Nasir Marks. He's not just some 18-year-old black male that was shot. His name is Nasir Marks.
30 minutes later, 32 shots were fired at a 15-year-old boy named Kanye Pittman on the 2500 block of North Sydenham Street. 5 shots struck him and he was pronounced dead at the hospital. Reek 1200 from YBC bragged about the killings soon after in his songs.
Don't get it twisted, bitch, I still pop right out that cut, he out of luck. Put his ass up on that side, he should've ducked. We spin back to back, bodies in one day, they know what's up, we get it done. Get that drop and drop his ass, this shit for fun.
YBC DUL also repeatedly mocked the death of the 15-year-old, calling him Young Bull from the back block.
That young boy from the back block try to run, they did it bad. I keep forgetting about that young boy from the back block. But 4K3 sniping young boy from the back block.
I wish I could say the reign of terror in Philadelphia was over. But on July 21st, 2021, 16-year-old Kaylin Johnson and 18-year-old Tommy Frazier, also known as Snipe, were murdered in their vehicle while they were on their way to play basketball.
What am I supposed to do when he goes to casket? I just want everybody to know my son was a good kid. Everyone loves him.
Last week in August of 2024, Curry from the YBC/YFA collective went to court for these murders and was found guilty. His defense argued Curry became a victim of his surroundings after his family moved from Germantown to West Philadelphia, saying the murder of Curry's father and brother when he was a child left him traumatized. Still, the jury found him guilty of the murders and sent him away for 42.5 to 85 years.
Curry is the 5th of 5 YBC members, which stands for Young Bag Chasers.
The new name is You've Been Charged.
Tommy Frazier, aka Snipe, is another man you can hear YBC DUL persistently mocking in his songs.
I was snipe, smoke a snipe, got rolling buddy out the sack. Smoke a little snipe, he got me higher than a motherfucking kite. All
of these murders and disrespectful lyrics made the city hate YBC, and soon, all of the enemies they made would click up to form a supergroup called CCK. CCK consists of campers, O to the 4, clappers from 56th Street, and clappers with a K from 7th Street. But it wasn't just them. 39th Street clicked up with 44th Street because of the murders of Sid and Kanye Pittman, and because of the murder of Bud, they also had enemies on 59th Street, resulting in YBC being literally surrounded by ops all over the city. So far in the story, YBC was claiming responsibility for 8 murders in 2021 alone. And it doesn't take a genius to imagine what happened to the Young Bag Chasers between 2021 and now. J100, the founder of YBC, was shot and killed. Reek 1200 was arrested for 2 homicides, facing 35 years to life. F5 is serving a 12-year prison sentence. Curry is serving multiple life sentences. Da Fetty, YBC DUL's cousin, was shot and killed. 1K, Baby Wick, and Reek 1200 are all in jail on conspiracy to murder charges. Mir Pablo got locked up less than a week ago for homicide. Yak Yola is on Philly's most wanted fugitive list. Money-making T.O. was murdered, Baby Ka was shot and killed, Kier was gunned down, Peso is incarcerated, F.S. DeBender is on house arrest, and one of the last remaining survivors of this war is none other than YBC DUL. In this episode, we visit 42nd, 43rd, and 39th Street, which is the epicenter of the young bag chasers' territory, as well as visit the hood of P&B Rock, whose neighborhood clique is now tied in with YBC. So come with me as we visit Philly's most hated rapper and experience firsthand
C and CCK. It all started after Snipe and K3 was killed. On July 21st, 2021, Snipe and K3 were riding with two friends. When some YBC members pulled up behind them, they then got out the car and started shooting at the car. Snipe and K3 was in. They were both hit and transported to the hospital, but they both passed away later that day. The two other people that was in the car with them were the targets, but they ran out the car. One of them got hit and went to the hospital theirself and survived, while the other one didn't get hit at all. Curry from YBC was charged with the shooting and was charged with another shooting that killed a male and also injured his dad. Curry was sentenced to life in prison, and rumors say that he's been fighting a lot in jail. On May 13th, 2022, Baby Ka, or BK, was sitting in his car. When two CCK members walked up to his car and dumped both of their clips, Baby Ka was hit over 25 times. When police got there, he was already dead. CCK dissed him heavily after they killed Baby Ka because of how many times they shot him.
They put up cause we got switches, they don't come outside. I'm smoking BK with my bitches, crazy how we died. With 25 shots in the car, yeah, he got over 5.
Before we get into the next murder, make sure to subscribe to see more videos like this. On June 22, 2022, Da Fetty was at his cousin YBC DUL house. Fetty decided to go to the store at about 12 p.m. At 12:52, while Fetty was walking, someone ran up to him and shot him in his head before running off. Police got there and rushed Fetty to the hospital, but he died 10 minutes later. After he was killed, a picture of him shot in the middle of the street leaked. Fetty was wearing black boots, so his ops started calling him Bootman or Fetty Boots. Many Belive members of CCK killed Fetty, but YBC has denied this multiple times. Even though CCK didn't kill Fetty, that didn't stop them from dissing them in all their songs.
He ain't make it back. Your homie died, you ain't slide, you went to make a track. Fetty had his shit in them boots, he tried to bust a track.
On December 5th, 2022, J100 or Hondo was leaving fellow YBC rapper Lil Moo's house to get into his Uber. But before he had the chance to get into his Uber, a CCK member jumped out a car and shot J100 multiple times in the head and buttocks. When the cop arrived, they transported Hondo to the hospital where he died. Hondo was the creator of YBC. So once CCK killed him, he was trolled heavily and dissed in all their songs.
Chow, she just landed, I sent a driver to her. She got bad for Mr. Hondo, he got stood over. Bellboys. Them shooters hot right out that tent. You ain't got no type of rank, why you keep acting like you spec? Even feet ain't on land, we got catch him rolling in. How y'all let Miss Hondo down and son went out like a go retarded, one op got fried trying to get his spies like we work with parking. Bro, just roll up J, I got BK, hold up, I'm out just sparking. Bro, just roll up J.
On Tuesday, May 16, 2023, at 9:50 p.m., Philadelphia police officers responded to the scene and found T.O. suffering from multiple gunshot wounds throughout his body. The officers placed T.O. in their patrol vehicle and rushed him to Penn Presbyterian Medical Center, where he died from his wounds. Nobody was ever arrested for this murder, and fans thought that CCK did it. But CCK, we're not the ones behind this. Another set that YBC beefs with, we're the ones that did it. Stick around to the end if you want to know it was. Even though CCK were not the ones who killed T.O., they still dissed him a lot because T.O. used to diss them also. On December 7th, 2023, Booga, who is the blood brother of CCK rapper Sanny Goon, was gunned down by a YBC member after leaving his shift from McDonald's. He later died at the hospital. CCK and Sanny Goon was trolled heavily after this, because he let his brother work at McDonald's. Booga wasn't really in the streets. But just because he was Sani Goon's brother YBC killed him, Sani Goon is one of CCK's top members, and him and Booga look just alike. And some says that YBC thought they killed Sani Goon at first, but it ended up being his brother. Even though Booga wasn't really active in the streets, YBC still disses him all the time because of who his brother is.
Everybody know the tables turning and shit. The C's try to play them games, they had to learn from that shit. Now it's R.I.P. R.I.P. Booga. Now I make Booga with the Booga. Shout out to them shooters. He had a 9 to 5, he clocked out. Y'all know what happened to him. Tapped his top, he dropped his fries and his high C juices. Booga clocked out, now he unresponsive. And bitches, that's on the bender of you.
If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe to see more videos like this.
Everyone get it the most. Chase Quad down, he was running around, no body for the block, that's murder she wrote. Bit up his ride, kicked through his sniper side, read the shot, got out and broke. Bounce right out on Poplar, hit while loose, come from both ways. Y'all spending y'all so much when he come home, already got him a micro Drake. Hattie was on the 8, got hit with 8, on 1, she bullet put 8. I'm the face is fully drilled, the other side riders don't even got no ring. Slide up a vibe, bro, what's your contour, still a pick a side. I'm out LA, I'll switch the vibe, the C's go get